USPS, what the heck did you do to my package? Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth. I live in Texas, and every week I do a rock and talk video to catch you up on things that happened in my eBay, Poshmark, and Shopify stores. And then at the end I give you a little bit of a personal update. So let's go ahead and start with eBay. My sales are down about 11%. I'm right at 1,000 for the 7-day total. Sales have been up and down a lot this month. Last Saturday, I did $367 in sales. And the very next day, did $19 in sales. So, I don't know what's up with that. Had another couple of days like that where I do $200, $250 in sales. Next day I might do $40, $50 in sales. So, yeah, definitely up and down. Definitely having a summer slowdown. The vacuum cleaner parts are starting to sell and the earrings are starting to sell. So I'm very happy about that. The one thing that stands out to me this week regarding eBay, and this is not an eBay issue, this is a USPS issue, is I sold 2 pairs of jeans at $10 a piece to a client. She paid $10.50 shipping because I had refunded her $3.50 for combined shipping. And when she got the jeans, well, first of all, I thought she was just talking about one pair of jeans. And she says, I need to know what you wash your items in. She says, because I am allergic to, I don't think she said neurotoxins or something like that. And she said, these jeans smell like pine sol. They smell awful. So I wrote her back and I told her what I wash my items in and what I spray my items. I spray linen fabric refresher from the Dollar Tree. And I mean, like, I barely even spray the clothing, and it always sits overnight before I even think about photographing them and then packaging them. So she's like, well, I just don't really get it. I don't really get it. And so I told her to, you know, I'd be glad to take a return. I want the item back because I want to smell it and I want to rewash it. And so she opened up a return, and then she sends me a picture of this, and I'm going to put it right there on the screen. So I didn't know that the package was damaged, all right? If I would have known that, I wouldn't have even wanted the item back. And then I kept looking at that going, why is it a box? I don't put my jeans in a box. Not one pair of jeans. I put 2 pairs of jeans in a box. So then I told her, you know, I just refunded her. It was $24.98. Again, I couldn't see that there were 2 pairs of jeans. I was thinking it was 1 pair of jeans. And I told her, I said, you know, don't even bother sending it back. I don't want it back. Well, I guess she didn't. A lot of people don't read the messages that are attached to the refund. I don't know if you know about that. So it's always a good practice to message them individually and say what you said in the refund message. And I didn't do that. So then she's like, well, I don't understand. Do I use 2 labels, 1 for each pair of jeans, or do I use the 1 label? And then I was like, okay, this was a 2 pair. I was like, why was it in a box? And the picture that I am showing you shows the box, I believe, was like shrink wrap. It said damaged. I couldn't figure it out. And then I told her, I said, well, I already refunded you for both pairs of jeans. And she's like, well, why don't you just refund me for the jeans and I'll eat the shipping? And I said, no. I said, I've already refunded you. It's a done deal. I don't mind, you know, absorbing the cost. And she's like, well, I really feel bad. And I'm like, it's okay. You know, this is not your fault. She kept saying, I'm so sorry. So the only thing I can think about USPS is that somebody opened the box. Like, I'm a great taper. I get accused by my family all the time for over taping items. So somebody opened the box and then they dropped it in a puddle with like diesel fuel or gasoline or something, because I can't think of any other reason why it would have a chemical smell to it. All right. And the box definitely looked wet. And I know some of you are probably going to say, Beth, you need to file a USPS claim. Well, here's why I don't do that. This is probably the second damaged item I've ever had. in the last 8 years. And so I really don't have the time for that. I don't want these jeans back. I don't want this smell invading my home. The woman said they had to put it out on the back porch. It smelled so bad. I'm not even truthfully sure she even opened the jeans once she smelled the package. So I don't have time for that for $24.98. It's just not worth my time. But, you know, I just moved on. I mean, I've learned to move on from that. But that's really the only thing that really stands out to me this week for eBay. For Poshmark, I am still doing silent auctions, and I am now going to try doing 40% off. I started 30% off this week, and I haven't really had that many sales. And also, I started doing sending out offers through SIDEKICK tools. I had 10% with a $7 profit. I've moved it to 30% with an $8 profit, and I'll tell you why. When it was at 10%, I was putting 10% because I've lowered a lot of my prices on Poshmark. As I've been cross-posting with List Perfectly, I've been using the sales price that's on eBay, the markdown sales price, and so a lot of my items are a lot cheaper than they were. So I didn't want to put 30%, you know, in the beginning. I said 10%. Well, what that does is a whole bunch of people are getting 10% offers, but what I've found in the past, even on eBay, is 10% is not much incentive to get them to bite, to even counter offer. So I have chosen to do 30% with an $8 profit, which minus my 50 cent to $1 cost of goods would give me $7 approximately profit. I'm going to try that and see. Now, what that's going to do is it's going to cut down the number of people who are going to be receiving offers from me through SIDEKICK tools. And so I will need to go into Poshmark every once in a while during the day and see if there's any that it missed. And in that case, if there wasn't going to be an $8 profit, then I'll go in and maybe give them a 10% offer, something like that, 20%. Anything to get it to that $8 margin. So trying that. Poshmark hasn't really been showing the love this week. I mean, maybe like one a day on average, I guess. There were a couple of times I had two a day, so maybe average of one a day. And then on Shopify, I made my second sale the very night, last Friday night, the night I was recording last week's video. It was a Stitch Disney shirt, and the guy that bought it, he was in Arizona, and he had it shipped to a woman in California. Unfortunately, on this sale, I was not able to tell where he found me from. You know, on my first sale, I was able to tell that Valerie had found me on YouTube. But, so I don't know, last week, I think it was the 26th of June, it was Stitch Day. There's a possibility that he was searching on Google and did find that Stitch shirt on Google. But I think it would have, shown me that it came from Google. I don't know. I even went back through my eBay purchases and searched for his name as a possible repeat buyer or you know, previous buyer. He did not show up. So I'm not really sure how he found out about me, and that's kind of a bummer. I am looking for an app right now that I can put in my Shopify store that lets clients come and give a review of the item and the service. There's so many to choose from. So I just probably need to pick one and see what it does. I guess I'm so nervous about picking one because if I don't like it and I take it off and put another one in, I'm afraid the old ones aren't going to show up. So I'm really trying to be picky, and maybe I should just do it. I'm overthinking it. So that's my week. I mean, my week has been very weird. Like, it just hasn't been anything exceptional this week. I wish I had more to report. So I have more personal things to report, I guess. And not even that many. I guess the highlight or the low light of the week was my eye started flaring back up. I don't know if you can see. I mean, to me, it looks a little red, but so today's Friday. Today's July 4th. Happy July 4th, by the way. So this was Wednesday, maybe Tuesday. My eye started hurting a little bit. By Wednesday, it was really hurting. but it still wasn't that red. And so, you know, I like, okay, we got the holiday coming up. He's going to probably want more antibiotics. I better try to get in to see him. So I went to the ophthalmologist again. He gave me another round of antibiotics. And then if that doesn't work, he's going to give me the same antibiotics at a lower dose, but for a month. And if this keeps happening, get this, guys. This is what I'm happy about. I'm going to have to go to another doctor, have the thing excised and biopsied. Okay? That means eye surgery. Not LASIK, eye surgery. And I am not excited about it. So, of course, I've been obsessing about that for the last 24 hours, trying not to Google anything about this, and driving Janya crazy. Just driving her crazy. So, anyway, that's the update on the eye. My mom is doing fine. She's having the same things they told her was going to happen. So, trying to think if there's anything else. I may be going to Austin next week for a day or so. And I'm just trying to keep up with all the... I got 117 items on Monday. I got 117 items on Monday. Mostly pants and jeans. And I cannot stand listing pants and jeans, especially jeans. They're heavy. I don't like measuring them. I don't like photographing them. But my store is really low on them, and so I got a lot of pants and jeans. I did my haul video today. I split the haul into 3 parts. So I did the first part today, and it streamed very well. It streamed on YouTube and Facebook, so I was happy about that. Guys, if you know anyone that wears size extra large and up, all the links are below. The store, TanaFartStore.com, the Facebook page, and the new YouTube channel. Please share it. I would appreciate it. So I don't know really what else is going on. I mean, today the exterminator came on the 4th of July of all times, and he came in the house, which he doesn't usually do. But I wanted him to do the garage really well. And I also told him, I said, is there any way you could spray in the fireplace? And he's like, sure. He sprayed in the fireplace. And I was sitting in the living room. He left, and about 20 minutes later, I got this horrible headache, and I felt like I was going to throw up. And I was like, could that be from what he sprayed? Because we've never had that problem before. And Jenny's like, I don't know. I was like, could it be from my antibiotic? No, I just took the antibiotic last week. It didn't make me sick. Guys, I got so sick to my stomach that I had to go to bed. And I went to bed and I slept for 2 hours. And I got up and I was a lot better. So I think it was the pesticide, which really bothers me because my dog was in the house and we were in the house. But we've never had that issue before. But it just really stuck with me. I hope y'all are having a wonderful 4th of July. I know this is going to be too late for you guys to see because it'll be uploaded tomorrow. But there is a YouTube channel called Relax My Dog. And they have all different ones, but the one I use is called Relax My Dog. If you have a dog who does not like fireworks or thunderstorms, I really invite you to subscribe to that channel. We have used it probably for about 8 years, and it has saved us. Sometimes she still gets upset a little bit, but nothing like before we started using that. I will give you a tip though. Be sure you play it on a platform, Spotify, Pandora, YouTube, where you don't have commercials. You know, if you have a premium subscription, use that platform, because if a commercial comes in the middle, it will break the dog's concentration and you'll have to start over. And I figured that out the hard way. So I have premium on YouTube, and that's what I play it on, and she does great. And these new neighbors next door, their people are already showing up. They're going to be, trust me, they're going to be shooting off fireworks tonight, probably until 1 or 2 in the morning. And that's just so close. And so we're going to do Relax My Dog, and hopefully that will work. But I don't want to keep blubbering on. So I am having hangouts, private hangouts. I had one last week. I will try to have another one this week. Hit me up if you want to be on the list, and I will send you a link to the private hangout. And I would like to have a live stream sometime. I don't know. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a wonderful weekend, and don't forget to paddle on. We're all in this business boat together, and may God keep you in his pocket. Forgot to say that. Bye.